Some of our top goals with the truck were honestly no compromises. That was a theme throughout the rest of the design of the pickup truck. From an interior standpoint, we really started with an exceptional interior already in our Ram truck. So honestly, it was easy from that standpoint. We had a good footing. Had a ton of stuff that over the years we have had input with customers on what's worked, what's not worked, and I think we've listened to that. Something we've been doing a lot lately. So as soon as you step into this vehicle, you're gonna open the doors. We actually got power side steps on the truck now, and so it's kind of an inviting feature to really step up inside this interior. Yeah, technology is definitely, it's one of my 3 keys, I think, for the interior development. And for us, it was something we had to not only absorb from designing the screens and the features like that, but we had to absorb it into the overall statement of the interior. And that 12-inch screen really looks at home in the environment. We have redundant controls on either side of the touchscreen. The navigation screen in that system, in that 12-inch screen, is amazing. It's full screen navigation, pinch to zoom. You have multi-touch gesture controls. And the Uconnect system itself can not only display the full screen, it basically takes almost 2 8.4 screens and stacks them on top of each other. Storage, it's one of the keys of this pickup truck. At the end of the day, the truck can look really beautiful on the outside and the inside, but it's still got to function as a pickup truck. So storage is definitely paramount. In the front of the compartment, we did a great job at creating this center console. It's one of the best features of the pickup truck. For me, there's a lot of flexibility with that. The customers can basically use it how they see fit to their needs. We also have on the passenger side an upper and lower glove box. That's a decent sized space. The lower glove box is lockable. And in the rear of the pickup truck is a great space. It's really, for me, an area that our designers and engineers went crazy in terms of trying to find all the little nooks and crannies and make the space very functional. Really at the end of the day, every little place within this truck, every stone has been basically turned over and looked at with scrutiny. With all the capabilities that this group has in terms of making the best possible truck out there. I'm sitting in the brand new 2019 Ram 1500. And I think one of the biggest strong keys to this interior is really storage and functionality. We're the best. We're the leaders in really thinking of this thoughtful, useful storage. We basically have 151 liters of storage volume inside the cabin alone. That's basically twice the closest competitor. And it's all useful storage. If I'm not driving, I love sitting in the back of the new 2019 Ram 1500. It just has a ton of space. We've increased the cabin itself by 4 inches. So that has actually opened up this volume back here. We got rid of our tunnel that we used to have back in the vehicle here, and it really just opens up the flat load floor that we have. You can lift the seats up. Underneath the seats, we have close to 40 liters of additional storage with a kind of a flip out feature that we have. We have things like grocery hooks underneath the seats. We also have some really cool things. They're basically class exclusive features for us. It's called our Ram bins, which are actually storage units inside the floor. And we've actually increased them about 5 inches from the previous version of the pickup truck. And they have a removable bin inside of it. So you can put things in like a 4-inch drop hitch. You could actually put in there something that's dirty. You may need to take it out, wash it out. And it's also, what's great about that is it's hidden. And then besides those, on either side of those, that bin, we actually have tie downs, which I love thinking of this rear space as kind of like an SUV's rear area. And by the time you put the seats up, you kind of have a lot of this really vast storage back here that we use the tie downs to kind of secure things. So there's a ton packed into this rear compartment. The front, obviously, as a driver, you're going to be really living in that front area. One of my favorite features of the pickup truck is our center console. We have close to 40 liters of storage alone just in the center console, and really the keys with that is it's reconfigurable. So we have a bunch of different positions that you can actually move the cup holder, you can store things like a 15-inch laptop in there. All of our media outlets are all kind of self-contained within that storage unit. But then you have the simple things like the upper and lower glove boxes, they're dampened. A lot of our storage areas also are lined. We call it flocking, which helps to kind of reduce the sound that by the time you put in all these things in there and you're obviously using it as a truck, you're not hearing the rattling that's going along. We have simple things like in the doors. All 4 doors have storage in the middle area as well as the lower area. Our front doors have these foam inserts which actually can house multiple size containers. And if you need something extra large, you can actually remove the foam insert and then put in basically a liter of a bottle in there. So there's just a lot of little thoughtful areas. I think you're gonna have fun basically loading up your pickup truck for the long haul. You live inside these vehicles, so it's really important for us to take the time, make sure that there's just a lot of functionality and really key useful storage inside this truck. When we learned that we were one of the top 10 Ward's 10 best interiors, we were elated. It's an awesome feeling to be able to be signified as one of the leaders for the interiors out there. What's great about that award for us is it's not just a truck award or a truck competitor award. It's literally of all the vehicles that are being introduced this year, we're on the top 10 list. Get into the pickup truck, especially when you have our big 12-inch screen. And it's empowering, you know, when you see that. But I think once you look past it, I encourage them when they're driving the vehicles, because that's one of the things that they want to spend a lot of time in, is just the details. It's the execution of things. I think the thoughtfulness that goes into even the smallest of little details. For me and the team, in terms of what we've been able to do, you know, the keys are the materials, the leather, the choices of leather, the amount of real wood, real metal. And just when you go to open up a bin or a door, you see that there's actually like flocking on the inside to deaden the sound. So it's not just on the A surface, as we call it. You drill deep and you see the functionality. I think that's another key point of the interior, especially for a truck, is that it functions at the end of the day. It does a job, does a purpose, so it looks great, looks handsome, I think, on the outside, but you can store a lot of things in this pickup truck, and we're proud of that. We've actually been able to receive this award over the last few years for some of our other previous trucks. It's a tough place out there, and I think it just shows that every single person that works on this pickup truck and the rest of our vehicles, they're pouring their heart and soul into what they're doing. We're putting as much effort, you know, in this pickup truck as we would any of our vehicles, and I think it's kind of a sense of what's to come, you know, with the FCA group in terms of our interiors. We're raising the bar, and we'll keep doing it in everything we do.